at Asset Exchange, where I locate my used machinery that we could have taken in on trade or acquired. We're going to go inside. We're going to take a look at mainly 3 or 4 pieces, a couple big saws, key sealer. Okay, we're inside Asset Exchange. Again, Greg Swigert, Blackout Equipment. This is a line that I've carried for about 8 years now, which is used for cutting keyways on the internal bore of the gear, or sometimes with couplers. So this keyway has a sole purpose. I'm actually, with the conversational control, coming in with the cutting tool on this side, moving in on the y-axis toward the column where it's going to be most rigid. And it's a different variety of machines are available. The indexing can either be done manually or it can be done by the computer. So the computer up top is, this particular one is a Omron, but nowadays they come mostly with Mitsubishi. So this is a used piece that we have for sale. It runs in cutting oil, WD-40, and 2019. What's interesting about this machine is normally on a Mech 80, it's got a 17.7 inch vertical stroke. This one, there's an additional 6 inches of travel. So this one will actually go 23 inches, which if you're doing a coupling and you're cutting like not only just a keyway, but you can actually cut splines with it with a different cutting tip, and that can be used to cut a taller part. What makes Miko interesting, there's a Spanish company. This is one of their main products, and they have not only the machine tool, but the tooling, which would be here, and the cutters that are all made by the same company. This is a rather large vertical band saw. And, this vertical band saw has the feature where it will tilt. So you can see right here, it'll go and you're holding the part over here into the jaws. It will come around and do the cut. So it's a pretty large piece of equipment. We decided we didn't need to paint it up. We just cleaned it. There were a lot of chips in it, but we just took it and cleaned it. Here's the controller on it. V130HM. Yeah, it's got 20 inches of vertical underneath the guides. Okay, this is a kind of a sister to the vertical. This is a horizontal, came out of the same factory here in Illinois. It was used mainly for cutting tubing. That's all they really did there. So you can see this is the in-feed table where they place these clamps, got a vertical clamp and side clamps, and the parts, whether it's a bundle of tubing or an actual part, is moved forward into the saw. You can see that this is a pretty heavy-duty structure. The vise is inside there, and it opens up to 24-inch capacity by, I think, 44. This is the front end of the machine, WF198. You contact us. I answer all the phone calls that come in, 847-571-0523, and we can send you a quotation if you text me your email address, your contact information. Similar vintage and a big boy, what we would call a big boy in the world of saws. Standing in front of a Fin Power press brake, and 25 years ago, I worked for Fin Power for 8 years. Now they have become Prima Power. They were bought by an Italian company, and they add lasers to their line. This is one of the press brakes that was made in the Bilpula factory, and we had the responsibility for bringing these in, and every time we brought them in, the trucking company or the shipping company managed to stack stuff up on top of the hydraulics and ruin the, if you didn't get an open top container, and ruin the hydraulics on top. So anyway, this is the line that brought me back to Chicago 25 years ago. So we're kind of do the same thing where we're walking down the aisle with Miltronic, watching on. Hello, this is one of our builders that we use for new equipment. 5 years ago, when I left Rico, the employment, because they closed up, Rico was one of the largest used machine tool dealers in the country. And they, people that owned it were well beyond retirement years, and they sold the building, so I had to find another home. So about 5 years ago, I started doing some business with the Turkish Trade Center, which morphed into the Global Trade Hub. This is actually my first visit when we were doing the machine tool world. You travel a lot. And I first traveled to Konya in Turkey, to MVD, which is a press brake manufacturer, about 14 years ago, to sort of check out the equipment. I ended up selling for the press brakes in Indiana. And I've also been to the People's Republic of China, and comparing the two, the ability of the Turks to build a machine and lay down a good welding bead convinced me that there was good equipment. The American market has been penetrated, especially in the fabrication side, and we sell both the chip and the fab equipment. That fabrication equipment, number of Turkish builders, Bekal, which I sell for press brakes, shears, and sometimes lasers. That has become, people have understood that the value and the longevity of the equipment that comes out of Turkey is pretty good. So let's go inside and take a look at a couple of lines here. Okay, inside the Turkish Trade Center, you'll see that they have wrapped up their smaller band saws, which you can't see much with the wrapper on them. And here's a double mitering small band saw, craft series. KDG is the mitering, so it'll cut at an angle. Same thing, a little bit smaller saw, and another mitering saw. You can tell by the retractor on the side, DM for double mitering. Another saw that's kind of wrapped up, as it was brought in. Similar. This is also a Carmetal saw. It's a fully automatic saw. Generally on any saw that you see that's European, you'll see a designation 450, 280, 350, which is the millimeter, the size of the capacity of the saw. Again, this is a fully automatic saw. So in the back, you can see the feed mechanism, which clamps the part and advances it into the vise.
Okay,
this is a new line that was introduced at not brand new, but in terms of the U.S., introduced at the Fab Tech show a couple months ago. So it has, this belt actually goes with their surfacer, but this one is for deburring the dross, the laser dross off of a part or a plasma cut, so you can move it around and clean up a part. With the time saver, this particular one is their dust collecting system, which they hook up to the surfacer, and this is the surfacer. So this one, they got a lock to it, so we get in there. It essentially shows you the width of it. Put the parts in, the belts spin, and they grind the flat surface. This is another builder of turning equipment, lathes from Turkey. Different sizes. People that designed this, I think they helped design the spinner lathe, which was a German lathe. One of the machines that is very unique is used for the machining of gun barrels, which has an automatic loading system where a robot comes and picks it up, moves it into position, machining takes place, removes it. So it's a pretty automated system. That's the TT850, different sizes. So this is an indication of how automation has affected the world machine tool market. So this is SMB Technics. So here is the a light surfacer. In case there was suddenly a run on these, we have 4 of them in addition to the one out in the main factory that are in stock. So we have a supply, and it can actually comes with wheels that can be moved around from work cell to work cell. And this is a little bit different than what just a surfacer is. This is a leveling machine. So it's a little bit newer technology than just a straight, quote unquote, time saver type machine.
Yeah.
Okay, this is another one of the builders that we represent, KGK, and also Kent International. They are the largest builder, Kent International, of surface grinding equipment in the world, not to put confused with Kent USA, which is a trading company. And we like selling their products. So surface grinders go in a lot of tool and die shops and a lot of people that are making precision work. The other part of their business, they have some large gantry style 5-axis vertical, just 80 inches wide by 4 or 5 meters long, some big machining centers. And the Cebu is an EDM, plus a wire EDM, high precision wire EDM, and that's also brought into the country by KGK. So this is, in the world, the Japanese have the corner of the market of precision, high quality machines. Okay. Back at another supplier, the new machine tools, Japanese machine tools. Daiichi line lathes, heavy duty lathes, and these monoline multi-spindles, and some automation from other Fitco. This is another one of their. Let's go inside and take a look. We're back inside of SB Machine Tools, which is a machine tool division of Nippon Steel, which they don't get much bigger than Nippon Steel. So the lines that they bring in, Japanese lines, are high precision, high quality, and high automation. So here's the Shimada Kitako, which the whole indexing of those two twin turrets, parts can be put in their high volume machine. This is a machine for like an engine lathe that's super sturdy, super rugged, which you don't see too much anymore. All the American builders have kind of gone by the wayside, but this is one of those rock solid, as it says, lathes, long bed lathes for turning rolls or turning shafts and different parts of different sizes. I'll do that. This is Shinji. We're here at SB Machine Tools. He's going to talk a little bit about this Kitako lathe.
All right.
Okay, this is the CNC lathe with 4 spindles on a carrier drum, which index either 90 degrees or 180 degrees. This area is completely covered. This one has a front guard, so that what you can see is just a loading area.
Yeah.
And while load and unload your blank part and take a finished part out of the machine,
While the machining is going on. So that's what makes this such a unique machine. This, what he's talking about, the carrier, the whole thing will index either one state, 190-degree rotation, but more commonly 180 degrees. So and then these doors close and the machining takes part because you've taken a part out and you loaded a new part in there, and then you remove that, you put a blank in, same there, and then the operation will repeat itself. Beautiful machines.
so you can turn 2 parts at the same time,
Yep.
ideally front side and back side.
So this is
And
another
very,
Shimano,
yeah,
yeah.
very similar to 4 spindle lathe, but a little brother. Okay, it is 4200. You can machine 1 part while loading and unloading takes place on the outside of the machining area.
Now this one, I don't think it was here last time. How long was this machine in here?
Anyway, the same basic machine to the other one, but this is with a Fanuc loading robot, LR-made robot, mount on the linear slide away so that the robot can reach out to the part stacker here, pick up either 1 or 2 blank parts.
So that robot is going to travel down here and it's going to pick a part off here, and it'll do the loading, and the chuck will also take a finished part out, and it'll put it in storage.
And this conveyor moves there then, right?
Yeah, that indexes around. That's the loading system.
Yep.
So you use Shimada. So what I'm asking you for, Shinji, is the multi-spindle Amada. If you have a Shimada, if you have a catalog for this. Take a look down through there, shoot that down there, show it. And the hole through on a machine is a very important part of a machine. Like for, if you're running a big pipe
Yep.
and you don't want this thing spinning out here in space. So you want it supported at the back end of the headstock. And that's what this machine can do.
Yep.
So
And this is the flatbed lathe hybrid type. It comes with a CNC control, ball screw, servo motor, yet it is still have ability to run it manually. Ideal for the short run parts, maintenance, and that kind of stuff.
So when you're operating this machine, you're going to turn the hand wheels to go in on the carriage, or if you're going to come up and down the headstock. I think this is the jog stick where you're going to be able to jog it, or you can turn it for the fine graduations. This is the tool holder. This is indexed. You put different lathe tools in here and you index it around. And the part generally is a long part, and you need a tailstock to be able to hold that part.
Yet you can actually run a G-code programming.
Yeah.
And this is the lever to feed X and Z axis simultaneously as you program.
Ah, okay. But you can see it's a beautiful machine. Look how nice the finish is on this machine.
So you can turn the taper or straight or counter bore with some features.
So a lot of times people that are
The
going
manual hand.
to do a machine like this, a long shaft, they've got a large diameter shaft, kind of like what this is right here behind you, and they're going to do threading, like threading on one side. So you have to swallow that part in that chuck. So, but it shows you what the swing, the diameter of the swing is.
It is 750 millimeters. about the 30 inches, 28.
So when I worked in manufacturing about 7.5 years in a safety and relief valve manufacturer in Indiana, we had a lot of multi-spindles, and Indiana is kind of known for their high volume production. So this is one of the best machines. I think they're the largest builder coming out of Japan for multi-spindle operation. And we showed you some of the twin that does the flip and then the 4-position as well. In addition to this machine, the SP Machine Tool also brings in horizontal boring mills, and this Nomura, been around for a long time. We actually have these machines in stock on the West Coast.